Okay, in this video, I will show you how to compute the one-way ANOVA in Excel. Now, the link that I sent you shows you how to get this data analysis in your Excel if you don't already have it. So do check out that link with the step-by-step instructions, but I just thought I'd make you a quick video so you could visualize it as well. All right, so once you have this data analysis package installed, it's completely free, you just have to install it. You'll click on ANOVA single factor, click OK. You will highlight all of the data. Now I know your data is much longer, you'll just scroll down and highlight the whole thing, but this is all the data we have in this little sample. You'll notice I did highlight the headings as well. All you have to do to make sure that it accepts it is to click on labels are in first row. Now the reason that's helpful is because in your output, which is the analysis that it provides, it will have the titles included there. So we'll click OK. It opens up a new sheet and here's what we have. All right, so what we have are what is the average. So you need to report the means and the standard deviations. Now the mean is provided, that's what this is here. So this is just the mean. So you can change average to mean because you need to report it. But it doesn't give you the standard deviation. Well, it's easy enough because the standard deviation is simply the square root of the variance. So if we just compute the square root, we'll get our standard deviation. Okay, so I have my calculator here. I can simply calculate the square root. So the first one is 4.3. Take the square root, that's 2.07. So that's our first standard deviation that we'll need. The second one is 52.2. So 52.2, take the square root, and that's 7.22. So you can calculate those pretty easily. And then 58.3 for the last one. Take the square root, and you get 7.6, and we'll round that one up to 4. So 7.64. All right, now you have what you need. You have your mean standard deviation, which is the first part that you need. And you have your groups, fall, winter, and spring. The next thing you need to report is the F value. So now we have an F that we report. The degrees of freedom, there are actually 2, and I'll show you in your write-up how to calculate that. And then this number needs to be less than 0.05. So you can see there that it is less than 0.05, making this analysis significant. So next up, I will show you how to write up these results. Okay, once you have your analysis, you'll write one sentence for each grade. So let's pretend that this is second grade, and so this is how we would write it up. There were significant differences in second grade graders' reading scores. Let's do that. Over the course of the school year, their scores were lower in fall, and now here's where we'll report that data. So we're just taking it from the Excel sheet, and then we'll round out to 2 decimal places as per APA style rules. This is the standard deviation that we calculated there. Always make sure there's a space before and after your equal sign. And then here, we'll do the same thing for winter. So that was 211.8, rounded to 80, always having 2 decimal places. And then the standard deviation we calculated was 7.22, and spring. And then the standard deviation, which we also calculated, is 7.64. All right, and then last but not least, we have to report the F-test. So the F-test, here's the value of F. We'll take it down to 2 decimal places. Now you'll notice that the F goes all the way after the equal sign. So first will be 7.44. Degrees of freedom, there are 2 of them. So the first one is 2, comma, and then we'll insert the second one, which here is 12. And then here we have to say P less than 0.05 or greater than 0.05, and this number is less than 0.05, which is how we know it was significant. If it was greater than 0.05, it was not significant. Okay, so the only other change that you would have to do to make it a pay style is to go ahead and italicize these symbols. And then you'll just write one sentence for each of those grades. And you'll be all set. Just explain what you find. Don't explain too much because, again, that goes into the discussion section. But this will give you a good start for your findings section where you will be reporting your results.